Salute, Figure Fours. Now today, we got some good news for some, and we got some bad news for others, depending on how you slice it. Vince McMahon settles with SEC over failing to disclose confidentiality payment to women. Y'all check out the intro, and when we get back, we take a look at this. Vince McMahon, one of professional wrestling's best-known personalities, agreed to pay a $400,000 fine to the Securities and Exchange Commission and reimburse $1.3 million to the World Wrestling Entertainment. Vince McMahon, the co-founder and former chief executive of World Wrestling Entertainment, agreed on Friday to settle with federal security regulators over allegations that he failed to disclose multi-million-dollar settlements he had reached with two women when he led the WWE. Mr. McMahon, one of professional wrestling's best-known personalities, agreed to pay $400,000 fine to the SEC and reimburse $1.3 million to the WWE. Mr. McMahon, 79, agreed to the settlement without admitting or denying the charges in an order made public by the regulators. The SEC said that while the WWE was listed as a party to the confidential settlement with the women, Mr. McMahon had not disclosed those agreements to the company's board, lawyers, or accountants. His failure to do so meant that WWE could not elevate the risk of the settlement to the company or properly account for them. In 2019, Mr. McMahon agreed to pay $7.5 million to a woman who had worked for the WWE and accused him of assaulting her after she refused to have with him. 3 years later, he reached a $3 million settlement with a woman employee to keep secrets their personal relationship. Mr. McMahon also told the woman to resign from her job with the WWE, according to the order. In a statement, Mr. McMahon said the settlement resolved the matter. He said the dispute with the SEC was over, nothing more than minor accounting errors with regard to some personal payments. He added, "I'm thrilled that I can now put all of this behind me." The WWE board became aware of the settlements in April 2022 and opened an investigation. Mr. McMahon resigned from the company in June of that year. The board's investigation found that Mr. McMahon had spent $14.6 million from 2006 to 2022 on payments to women who had accused him of misconduct. The investigation also found that Mr. McMahon had made additional payments totaling $5 million to two other women. Mr. McMahon made a comeback of sort by helping to engineer the September 2023 merger of the WWE with the parent company of Ultimate Fighting Competition and another company. The combined companies rebranded themselves TKO Group, and Mr. McMahon served as executive chairman. But in January 2024, Mr. McMahon resigned from his post at TKO after Janelle Grant, a former WWE employee, sued him in a federal court and accused him of SA and ST. Ann Callis, a lawyer for Ms. Grant, said the SEC settlement supported Ms. Grant's claim that she had been coerced into signing a non-disclosure agreement with Mr. McMahon that violated the law. The SEC said that during the time that Mr. McMahon had failed to disclose his state settlements with the two women, he was WWE's controlling shareholder, owning about 80% of its stocks. In September, he reported owning 8 million shares of TKO. Mr. McMahon's wife, Linda McMahon, who was a top executive at the WWE from 1980 to 2009, is President-elect Donald Trump's pick to serve as the next Secretary of the Department of Education.
It is official, according to President Trump, President-elect Trump, rather, that he has chosen Linda McMahon as his next Secretary of Education here. So I have the statement in front of me by the transition. Trump saying, "It is my great honor to announce that Linda McMahon, former administrator of the Small Business Administration, will be the United States Secretary of Education." He says for the past 4 years as the chair of the board at the America First Policy Institute, Linda has been a fierce advocate for parents' rights, working hard at both AFPI and America First Works to achieve universal school choice in 12 states, giving children the opportunity to receive an excellent education, regardless of zip code or outcome or income. As Secretary of Education, Linda will fight tirelessly to expand choice to every state in America and empower parents to make the best education decisions for their families here. So you see there McMahon and Trump there at Mar-a-Lago. So yes, McMahon served in the first Trump administration as the Small Business Administration head. She has now been tapped to lead the education department. Now, this is somewhat interesting because some in Trump's orbit, including Trump himself, have flirted with the idea of doing away with the Department of Education outright. And so we'll have to wait and see whether or not the newly formed Department of Government Efficiency cuts at the corners of the federal bureaucracy, and will they start there at the Department of Education? That remains to be seen.
Ms. McMahon, now a director at Trump Media and Technology Group, is not mentioned in the SEC order. The couple are separated, however. And I could have told you that. That's like the new wave nowadays. So these gray divorces are sky high. A lot of our parents, they were together and they stayed together for survival, guys. They stayed together because they had no other choice. We're in the year 2025. People got choices, y'all. Guys, this don't quite exonerate Vince McMahon from jail or from any criminal trouble, but what it does tell you is that this girl, Janelle Grant, she looking for a settlement. She's not looking for justice. And when people claim to have the allegations that that woman claimed to have, and it's that serious, you would think that those type of people will be looking for justice, not just a settlement. And that's what makes this obnoxious. How many of you guys are following the sports world? You know, Fox got a big old lawsuit they facing. And it just shows you how these women will sleep their way to the top. They don't want to take the stairs to success. They don't want to take the hard route to success. These women will get in these male spaces, in these male organizations, and play dumb and look for ways to take the sex ladder up, to take the sex elevator up to the top. I need you guys to understand that. All right, now I'm not saying Vince is right or Vince is wrong. I'm just looking at the facts. And the facts is this woman says she was done wrong and she's looking for money. She's not looking for justice. She's looking for money. So now, y'all let me know, guys. Do y'all think Vince is coming back? Because a lot of people is going to be talking as if Vince is making a comeback. He can't come back. It is still illegal to spend company money on personal things. That is illegal. Now, unless the people that's left on the board at TKO vote Vince to come back in, which is highly unlikely, I don't see Vince returning. Now, he do get the save face because now his name can be mentioned on their television. His name might be able to be mentioned. Brock Lesnar might have a possibility of returning. But as for Vince, Vince is done, guys. Vince is done. All Vince can do now is try to pick up the pieces. It's sad that after watching how Los Angeles and Netflix Monday Night Raw debut treated Hulk Hogan, you can only imagine what they're going to do to Vince. And it's without a shadow of a doubt, Vince McMahon and Hulk Hogan are the reason we feel entitled to pro wrestling. But it's interesting, guys. What a year. And the year just started. Guys, y'all let me know. Today's comment question. Do you think Vince McMahon is making a comeback to the World Wrestling Entertainment? Do you think he is? And should he? Put it in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Also, there's a video that's going to pop up. I'm sure you guys missed that. Click into that now.
This is a wreck. He's moving like an uncaged animal.
No lie, he's wild in there.